Hey. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. So today you join us on Saturday with a lot to do and with a lot we want to do. From last weekend's video, you guys seem to love that video, so I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. What we're going to be doing this video is doing housework. Yay! No, not really. Well, kinda, because this week has been manic, just complete and utter manic. So from working like a 16-hour shift in Manchester to then going on live TV the day after, there's been a lot going on and it's been very tiring, very full on, very busy, and I'm tired and we haven't done anything around the house. It's just got away from us. So at the end of this video, we'll do the typical set up the GoPro and just do a time lapse of me going around the house and doing all the jobs. Except in my office where you guys aren't allowed to come in. Stop it. Because there's some secret stuff in there. Stop. But if any of you guys can remember, cast your minds back to maybe before December, well before December, you may remember I was having a little bit of a pay issue from work. Now that has resolved itself this month. I think in December I mentioned that it was done. It wasn't. But yeah, I had filmed a video yesterday which won't be up by now. It'll probably be up in the next week or so on my second channel. So if you're not subscribed to that, link will be in the description. If you want to find out kind of what happened with all that and how it affected us and the channel and all things like this, it's on there. Don't want to bore you guys with it. But we're going to get all the stuff sorted today, get the house back in tip-top shape, and then we're going to be concentrating on content and doing all the normal stuff because everything's back to normal now. So today, what I thought I would do is, because we haven't done this in a while, I don't think we've done this actually ever really, and just sat down and updated you on Winston. We've just been doing videos, but you know, just how everything's going, toilet training, food, everything like that. So we'll just run through and just kind of give you a quick overview of how, because obviously it's been, how long had you missed her? 2 months? When did we pick you up? End of January? Oh my god. Yeah, about 2 months now. Why don't you go up? Oh. I think I missed that. Winston is doing exceptionally well, but like, because he's only been here 2 months, but like, me and Chelsea in our heads think everything should be happening a lot faster. I don't know, he's just, because he's grown up so fast, he's big, and we're just like, because Pablo's doing it, we think he should be doing it, but you know, he's doing really well. Toilet training, he's now completely clean through the night. He hasn't had for like a week now, he hasn't had any accidents through the night, which is fantastic. He is still occasionally weeing and pooing in the house because he's getting too excited. I mean, probably don't let him out often enough to go try, and sometimes we let him out and he's just like, nah. So you fetch him back in and literally like 3 minutes later he's like, oh yeah, I need to poo, and then he just poos in the carpet, and you're like, he knows to poo outside, he knows to wee outside, he knows that's the right thing to do because he knows if he does it in the house, he knows it's naughty, but he hasn't got the same thing Pablo had. He doesn't know how to tell us he needs to go out. But luckily now, because he's obviously a bit older, he can hold his bladder a bit better, so he doesn't just like squat and do a wee. He has like a sniff about first, like, oh, I'm going to, so we can kind of catch him. Training wise, we haven't particularly started yet, and I know we should. We definitely should be starting. But he is really good just in general for a lot of things. He follows Pablo's lead on a lot of things when we're out on walks. He's stopping at pavements before we cross the road. He knows weight. It's more just like sit, paw, all that kind of thing. He's very aware. Like, Pablo used to do this all the time. He's very aware of his name. So like when we call him back at the park and stuff, he always comes running back. But he has the same thing Pablo did where he just comes back anyways. So whether he's learnt that or whether he just comes back anyways, because that's what Pablo used to do. You used to come back anyways, didn't you? Yeah. Eating wise, diet wise, absolutely fine. I mean, we've been on top of it. We've been adjusting his dinner depending on his snacks and depending on what treats we've been giving him. So, great way. He's obviously grown up very fast. He's going to be a very big pug. Because he's almost caught you for height, hasn't he? Already. Which is quite worrying because you're quite a big pug. You're going to be big. And as you can see, these two now are like absolutely fine together. Winston still annoys Pablo occasionally because Pablo does sleep a lot more. But as you can see now, if this was like a month ago, Pablo would be gone. There's no way he would just let him sit there, sat on his foot, touching him. But like now, you're getting there, aren't you? He's occasionally sleep together. Winston goes and gets in Pablo's bed with him, and Pablo looks a bit like, oh, leave us alone. But he doesn't get out. So they sleep together for a bit, which is like the cutest thing in the world. This is one thing Winston does though. When he goes to sleep, he always goes to sleep with something in his mouth. So as you can see now, he's kind of just holding on to the end of the otter here, and his eyes are just slowly drifting. Winston's actually doing really well for not being that destructive. He's obviously still teething. He's trying to rip the beds to pieces and stuff, and he's doing that on the beds and the carpets. But in terms of like, Pablo was bad for skirting boards, walls, doors, anything like that. Winston kind of just goes for the more his stuff. Like, he knows what our stuff is, he knows what his stuff is. We touched on walks a little bit. He's absolutely fine on walks, and now taking him for a lot longer walks. We're almost matching to what we used to do with Pablo, so he's getting a lot stronger. He can walk a lot further now. Obviously, we can't take him on Pablo's full walk yet because it is still just too long for him, and he is only got little legs. But he's good on walks, he's good in the lead. You going? We're going then. Go on then. No? Okay. What else is there? Bathing, washing. Now, we haven't actually bathed Winston yet because he's not really been anywhere where he's got exceptionally dirty, and obviously washing them is really a matter of opinion and oh my god, Pablo. Right. What was that? So the thing you've got to be careful on with washing them is, obviously they have like a natural grease in their fur that they generate themselves that helps them get prevented against diseases and all stuff like this. So the more you wash them, the more obviously you wash that off, but also the more you wash the dirt out. What we do is we normally wash them if they've been somewhere excessively dirty, you know, if they've got like covered in mud or it's all over them or it's been out in like horrible rain or something. We'll maybe just give them a rinse and a bit of shampoo. But currently for Winston, we've just been like clean his face, clean his ears. If he's been out in the muddy garden, you know, just clean his feet. We haven't really cleaned like kind of the top of his head and his back and stuff like that. But he smells really good, like really clean. So we're not going to wash him until like he basically starts to kind of produce a little bit of an odour, because that's when basically we know he needs cleaned. I mean, it's like anything, if it smells it needs cleaned, if it doesn't smell, probably alright. So we're kind of just leaving him. Obviously he's still in his puppy fur, so he's not really shedding that much, so we don't want to kind of disturb him. So another thing is, now one thing we are planning on doing is getting Winston neutered. Now we can't do that until I think he's 6 months old, so obviously we can't yet, but that is something we're planning on doing. We'll do a proper video on that and like why we're doing it and the reasons behind it. But there are health benefits behind it, and at the moment he was like Pablo was, where if he gets overexcited by stuff, he just starts like humping it and stuff. And because we've got two boys, we don't want one of them with and one of them without. But we'll do a full video covering like the reasons why we're doing it. But that's in the pipeline. Ah! What's that? Okay. Is there anything else that's going on? Grooming, I think we sort of touched on that with the thing. Obviously we don't brush him yet because he's still in his puppy fur, and you shouldn't brush them until they start getting their adult hair. Just please be aware if you've got a puppy, because obviously this is different to this, so you need to be brushing this, you don't need to be brushing this. The last thing then, which I want to bring up with you guys is, and I want some advice here off some people who have had dogs before, maybe your dog's done this before, pugs, any dog, not just pugs, any dog. Winston pees when he's happy, pees when he gets his food and stuff. Like when he gets excited, he pees. Not like he drops on the floor and starts to wee, as in he just dribbles pee out. And a lot of you guys noticed it in one video where he gave him his food and he just had like a little dribble of a puddle on the floor. But he does that like every morning when we come downstairs, when we give him his dinner. It doesn't matter if he's been out for a wee, he still just does it. He still just like has this like dribble of pee. Like in the morning when I come down, I'll, you know, essentially just ignore him. You know, open the door, take him out, let him have a wee, and then fuss him. But like even just coming into the kitchen, he'll go up against the fence and he'll just start weeing against it. And like if I step over to go open the door, he's at my feet and he's weeing, and it's all over the floor, all over his feet, and then it just goes everywhere. And then it's a big cleanup job every morning. I don't mind the cleanup, it's more just like, is there a way of stopping it? You know, is that just something to do? Will it naturally go away? Because Pablo never peed with excitement. He does. I don't know, is it a bladder thing? But obviously he's still doing it now when his bladder's like a lot better and a lot stronger. So yeah, let us know in the comments if you've got any tips, or you know, if your dogs have done this and what you kind of done to resolve it. Or because we don't want to be putting him in nappies, because well, that's just a hassle, isn't it? Good boy, well done. And yes, we do have an ironing board in the garden. A lot of you guys in previous videos have pointed out and asked, why is there an ironing board in the garden? Well, basically, Winston weed on our duvet, so we washed it in the sink because it doesn't fit in the wash machine, so it doesn't fit in the dryer. So we washed it and we needed somewhere to dry, so we put the ironing board outside, hung it over to let like air dry and stuff, and then brought the duvet in. Forgot about the ironing board. It's been sat in the rain, it's now getting all rusty, and it needs to go in the bin. But obviously it doesn't fit in the bin, so we've left it there, but every time the bin men come, we always forget to put it next to the bin. So yeah, we've now just had an ironing board in the garden for like 2 weeks, but Winston! One day he's going to get poo on his head. He just is. So that's just done with the Winston update. Now we will crack on with doing the housework and stuff, and we'll just time-lapse that towards the end of the video. Well, for the end of the video. Obviously we've got like that balloon still up in there. Got the washing to do. Bit of stuff in here. I really want to sort this cupboard down. That cupboard out here. It's a mess and we can't find anything. And I can't show you upstairs because there is some secret stuff that is going to be in a later video. Although, it's not going to be on this channel. So I will be probably mentioning the second channel a lot more now because I'm going to be a lot more active on that now. It's probably not going to be a lot of you guys won't be interested at all. It's not probably everyone's type of content. So if you're interested in like gaming, collectibles, cars, movies, all stuff like that, then go over there, go check it out. Like I said, I will be active soon. I filmed like 3 videos yesterday, so you know they'll be getting uploaded and edited when I get the chance to. But obviously these boys and this channel is still priority. It's always going to be. I'm just doing that in the very limited spare time that I do have, or when something interesting happens, because a lot of interesting stuff is happening outside of these 2 potatoes. Well, now that's over with, we will crack on. I also have a lot of comments to reply to because I try to on, can't remember what day it was, I got through a lot of them but nowhere near enough, and then obviously we've been busy so they've been piling up again. So I hope you enjoyed the rest of the video. If you could like, comment, subscribe, that would be perfect. And as always people, peace out.